Short-term rental rules, why the city of Beaumont says tighter regulations will boost tourism and improve safety. Plus, a new deal is on the table between the Beaumont Police Union and the city. Why they say starting negotiations early could help attract fresh faces to the force. And as holiday celebrations ramp up, so do the risks. 12 News reporter Derek Jones explains why TxDOT is rolling out a new holiday anti-drunk driving campaign. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak here on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. Mark is off this week. Your time now, 7:01. Let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Taking a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. Looking at the skies of Port Arthur. No rain right now, but a couple hours ago, Jeff, it was raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, we had some heavy rain overnight, but you can see radar right now showing the heavy rain is now pushed off towards the east. There might still be a couple of spotty showers here and there throughout the day. We'll go about a 30-40% coverage of maybe a few light showers throughout the day, but nothing too heavy out there. Looks pretty quiet this morning. You should be able to get to work or school this morning without too much in the way of any rain, but the roads are still a little damp, so be careful out there. Temperatures right now chilly up in the lakes, 47 in Woodville, 46 in Jasper, 48 in Kirbyville, then right at 50 in Silsbee and Beaumont, 51 in Orange, and 52 in Port Arthur. We'll keep the numbers right there in the 50s all day long and can't rule out a couple of showers here or there. 30, maybe 40% coverage here and there of a shower popping up. Northeasterly winds between about 5 to 15 miles per hour. So a cool, little bit damp day, but like I said, the heavy rain has moved out. We could see some more showers tomorrow. We'll be talking about that coming up in our 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Jeff. We have new developments in a story we first broke to you Tuesday night. The man accused of stealing a car with a toddler inside is in jail this morning. Steve Williams is facing multiple charges, including aggravated kidnapping, child endangerment, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Police say he stole the car from a Nederland gas station and drove to Beaumont with the 3-year-old inside. 14 minutes after that child's mother called 911. Chief Carroll says a second call came in. The child had been found. The toddler was left on the front steps of the Guerrera family's home. The family says they heard a knock, and when they opened the door, a little boy was standing there. Coming up later on in the hour, we'll hear from the family that took him in until the police came. The man who was recently charged in a Beaumont murder is facing new charges. Michael Denson Jr. is charged with aggravated sexual assault. According to police, he sexually assaulted a woman in a red tagged building near 1st and McFadden Streets. The attack happened in September. Denson was recently charged in the 2021 death of Shaniqua Castaneda. Her case was reopened after Beaumont police received a tip that implicated Denson in her death. He's being held at the Jefferson County Jail on bonds totaling more than $400,000. Today, jurors will continue deliberating in the trial of a Southeast Texas doctor accused of sexual assault. Dr. Nir Benir is accused of assaulting a patient during what should have been a routine post-operation exam. 2 former patients who aren't involved in this current case testified Wednesday. They say they felt violated during past procedures and follow-up visits. Benir's last trial ended in a mistrial in February. If you own a short-term rental property in Beaumont, council members just approved new regulations. It impacts rentals like Airbnb and Vrbo. The goal is to help boost tourism and improve safety. Council members voted unanimously to approve the new regulations, along with the hotel occupancy tax for short-term rentals. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato breaks down 3 things owners need to know.
You can look up in Beaumont and you'll see we have, over 100 of these units. And so some is for travel and tourism, some is for work.
Short-term rental owners are now facing tighter rules after City Council signed off on new guidelines. The new regulations include yearly safety inspections. They also add a zoning element to the mix.
They really need to be separate from each other, like 300 feet minimum, so you don't have a single block where there's multiple Airbnbs or short-term rentals within a single block, because then it changes the character of the neighborhood.
Although the decision was passed unanimously, it sparked some confusion on what a short-term rental really is. Any stay shorter than 30 days will have to follow the new rules.
Bowman, if someone came and they're going to be here for Mural Fest and they're going to stay in the weekend in someone's home for Mural Fest, as opposed to they're going to come, do work at the refinery for the next 3 months.
Council also approved expanding the 15% hotel occupancy tax to include short-term rentals.
Things like that to get more folks to come to your community, travel and tourism. So there's currently no mechanism to collect those fees from Airbnbs. And so under the new ordinance, there would be a framework where we could collect those hotel occupancy taxes to make it fair to hotels.
Assistant City Manager Chris Boone says this is something the community really needs.
We're hoping this ordinance is a framework to make sure that everybody lives together peacefully.
That was Spencer Plato reporting. Short-term rental owners are expected to register their properties with the city's Planning and Community Development Department within the next 60 days. Beaumont City Council members also unanimously approved a new contract with the city's police union. Even though the current contract doesn't expire until September of 2026, city leaders and the union wanted to start negotiations early. The new 4-year agreement includes enhanced incentives and a 5% raise each year. 12 News spoke with the president of the Beaumont Police Officer Association. Aaron Llewellyn hopes the new contract will help in recruitment and retention.
There was a time when Beaumont PD was the career destination for law enforcement in the area because we were the largest agency and had some of the best benefits. Through time, some of those things have shifted. The pendulum has swung a little bit, but we hope this contract is going to swing the pendulum back our direction.
The incentive pay helps cover the cost of licensing, education, or duties like field training and SWAT. Construction crews are getting ready to restore Beaumont's railroad quiet zones. The work includes rebuilding concrete medians at 8 railroad crossings in the West End. The Federal Railroad Administration says the current medians no longer meet safety standards. The updates are needed to keep the quiet zone designation. The City Council approved a little over $437,000 for the project. Work is set to begin in early January. Across Texas now, while the holidays are a time for celebration, for some, they've become a time for tragedy. That's why TxDOT is launching its holiday anti-drunk driving campaign. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio. And Derek, TxDOT says drunk driving is a huge problem year-round, but it's worse during the holiday season.
Tia, that's correct. During the 2022-2023 holiday period, there were 108 people killed and 229 seriously injured in DUI alcohol-related crashes. The 2024 holiday season saw more than 2,000 drunk driving related crashes. These crashes resulted in 96 deaths and 201 serious injuries. In 2020, Sharice Thomas tragically lost her 18-year-old daughter in a drunk driving crash in the Houston area. Destiny Oliver was killed in a head-on crash while driving home from school. She had just found out she was accepted into college.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about my daughter Destiny. How much I miss her, how much I cherish her, how proud I am of her, and all the accomplishments she's made. No parent should ever have to bury their child. So now at holidays, we actually sit at a table with Destiny's empty chair.
Driving while impaired can result in jail time, the loss of your driver's license, and fines and fees up to $17,000. TxDOT is urging Texans to plan their ride, use public transit or rideshare, or stay put until you are sober. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thanks, Derek. This morning, you're waking up to several new laws across the state. Let's take a look at a few you should know about. First, there are new restrictions on abortion pills. House Bill 7 allows Texans to sue out-of-state doctors who mail or distribute abortion pills to patients in Texas. It's important to note, pregnant women who seek or take abortion pills for themselves are exempt from being sued. Senate Bill 8, also known as the bathroom bill, is in effect today as well. It requires people to use restrooms, locker rooms, or private areas in public buildings according to their biological sex. Violations could mean fines up to $25,000 for a first offense and $125,000 for repeat violations. Now to the trial of the Massachusetts man charged with murdering and dismembering his wife. He says she died of what's known as sudden unexplained death. Prosecutors now showing key evidence in court. ABC's Hannah Batta has more.
A crime lab specialist took the stand in the trial of Brian Walsh, the man accused of murdering his wife, Anna, nearly 3 years ago south of Boston. He testified about finding evidence of blood inside the Walsh's family car and showed photos of evidence recovered from trash sites, including a hatchet and a hacksaw.
Inside of bag one was a pair of green boots, a black jacket with red-brown stains, and a bracelet inside of the pocket.
He also showed photos of clothing and carpeting with red and brown stains, but did not say what caused those stains. This photo of the rug might prove pivotal, as jurors were shown this photo of Anna lying on a similar rug. Walsh has already pleaded guilty to dismembering and dumping Anna's body, but his defense team claims he did not kill her. They say she was a victim of so-called sudden, unexplained death.
Brian Walsh never killed him. Brian Walsh never thought about killing him.
Prosecutors say they'll prove Walsh murdered his wife, claiming he was motivated by her multi-million-dollar life insurance policy and the belief she was having an affair. Investigators also point to Walsh's internet searches, which they say include, "Can you throw away body parts?" and "Is it possible to clean DNA off a knife?"
What they're doing is they're proving that all other possibilities are not reasonable and leaving the jury with only one reasonable explanation, that Brian Walsh murdered his wife.
If convicted, Walsh faces life in prison. He has not yet been sentenced on the other charges. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, Ghislaine Maxwell is planning to ask a judge to release her from prison. Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend was convicted of sex trafficking underage girls in 2021 and sentenced to 20 years in prison. In a letter to a judge filed Wednesday, Maxwell's attorney said she will soon file a petition seeking her release. The filing does not say what grounds Maxwell will argue to seek her release from a minimum security prison in Texas. The U.S. Supreme Court recently rejected her appeal of her conviction and sentence. Maxwell's attorney has previously denied Maxwell is seeking a presidential pardon, and President Trump has said he'd have to take a look at whether he would grant her one. Still ahead, 2 uplifting stories about people who are struggling until the kindness of strangers help turn things around.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Temperatures anywhere from the upper 40s to the lower 50s. Let's look over towards the Horseman's Western Store where it stopped raining, but still pretty damp out there on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Currently showing 51, humidity 96%. Seeing a northeasterly wind around 10 to 15, and picked up over an inch of rain last night. 1.33 inches of rainfall there. So a good soaking of some rain overnight as we had some heavy rainfall. Temperatures anywhere from the middle to upper 40s in the lakes to the lower 50s here around the Triangle. Silsbee and Beaumont at 50, 51 in Orange, and then 52 in Port Arthur. We drop back to 47 in Woodville, 48 right now in Kirbyville, and then 46 up in the Jasper area. Area low pressure developed along the coast overnight. That pushed that heavy rain up into our area. That's now moving off towards the east. Still a lingering area, low pressure back out towards central Texas. And you can see kind of in between, there's some very light spotty showers. And we'll see that type of activity for today, about 30-40% coverage. So it won't be dry all day, but it's not going to be wet all day as well. It's going to be a little bit spotty light rain here and there, a little mist, drizzle, something like that. See some heavy downpours in towards Cameron Parish, but over southeast Texas looks pretty quiet this morning. Like I said, like maybe a little drizzle and a little misty out there. As we go through the afternoon, you can see some of those showers here and there as we go through the afternoon. As we get into this evening, we'll see temperatures dropping back into the 40s. It's going to be a chilly evening, and then overnight we'll see those 40s stick around, maybe even some upper 30s towards the lakes, and you can see another chance of some light rain moving in as we go through the first half of your day on Friday. So we do have a weather impact alert for today and tomorrow with about a 40% chance of a few showers here and there. Not expecting a lot of rain, quarter of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch in some spots. Of course, no severe weather. Just be a little cautious out there on the roadways. Once they get a little wet, could be a little bit slick here and there. But we're not expecting, like I said, heavy rainfall over the next 24 hours. Weather impact alert for today with those 30-40% coverage of some showers here and there. Temperatures in the lower to middle 50s. And then for tonight, a lot of lower 40s, maybe a few upper 30s towards the lakes. And we'll see about a 30% coverage still of maybe a few lingering showers with north winds at about 5 to 10. Once we get past Friday, that 20% we have on Saturday, that's going to be near the coast early in the morning. And most of the area should be fairly dry on Saturday and Sunday. You notice 60 on Saturday, up to 70 on Sunday. That's out ahead of a cold front that's coming through late Saturday, and then that will cool us down for the first half of next week. Now, we're not expecting to see a big cool down as far as afternoon highs, but the morning lows will dip down into the 30s both Monday and Tuesday. And look at that, we go from 50s on Monday, 60s on Tuesday, and then maybe around 70 on Wednesday. So looking a lot better next week as far as a lot of drier weather.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, Christmas is the time to give back, and there is just 4 days left to participate in Salvation Army of Orange County's annual Angel Tree program. This tradition helps make Christmas brighter for children in need. And this year, more than 600 kids in Orange County will receive toys and clothing thanks to generous donors. 12 News spoke with Captain Dante Salgado, who says even local businesses can get involved and help make a difference. And CASA of Southeast Texas is asking the community to help make the holidays brighter for over 400 children in foster care. Their annual toy drive and Angel Tree program runs now through tomorrow, with new unwrapped toys accepted. Through the Angel Tree, donors can sponsor a child or family and fulfill gifts from personalized wish lists. All toys collected will be distributed to local children served by CASA. 'Tis the season of giving. This morning we have two heartwarming stories about people who fell on tough times until the generosity of complete strangers lifted them up. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
At 88 years old, veteran Ed Bombas has been working full-time at a grocery store in Brighton, Michigan.
I'd like to share your story.
He says he retired from General Motors back in 1999, but lost his pension when the company went bankrupt. Then his wife got sick, so he's been working to pay off the medical debt left behind after she passed away.
The thing that hurt me the most was my wife was real sick, and when they took the pension, they also took the health care coverage and all but $10,000 of my life insurance.
His story catching the attention of a social media influencer who flew to Michigan to surprise him.
No 88-year-old in America should have to work because they need to, and that breaks my heart.
He launched a fundraiser online and raised more than $1 million in just a day and a half.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Then there's the story of Marcellus Riles of South Bend, Indiana.
I thought it was like an early April Fool's thing.
To call his truck a clunker would be a disservice to clunkers. But believe it or not, he drives that truck every day to his job at the dollar store on the south side. Locals have been posting photos of it, marveling that it's still on the road.
There are work trucks, and there are trucks that work. And this one works.
But a local auto detail shop decided Riles deserves an upgrade, so they started a fundraiser.
What really impacted me the most was knowing that that was a primary driver to get someone to their responsibilities.
They quickly raised more than $10,000 so he can get a new ride.
This is so overwhelming because I never saw this coming. And I appreciate you noticing me, and thank you.
He's now looking for his new set of wheels. As for Ed Bambass, he says he'll be spending more time with his kids now that he's retired. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
There's still good people out there. All right.
That truck was something else.
Yeah, you was like, it still drives. He was doing his thing with that truck. All right, well, authorities in Florida responded to an unusual roadblock. Guess what it was? 14-foot, 600-pound alligator. It decided to park itself on a street in Sarasota County. The reptile is so large it took 7 deputies and a skilled trapper to remove the gator from the road and load it onto a truck. On Facebook, the sheriff's office said the gator was released at an alligator form. Wow, look at them go.
Wow, that is a huge gator.
I know. How did it? I mean, obviously it crawled out of the water, but it looks like there's probably close to some water nearby or something.
Yeah.
Huh.
They released
8
it.
people.
Too bad it could have made a lot of shoes.
I was thinking like food or something.
Oh yeah, you could fry it up.
All right. Well, our producer wanted me to sing the SpongeBob "I'm Ready." I'm not embarrassing myself like that, but I'll tell you what we're ready for.
Okay.
Okay. Bikini Bottom is now at Burger King. Fans can dive right into the new SpongeBob menu inspired by the new movie Search for SquarePants. Did you watch SpongeBob, Jeff?
A little bit.
Yeah, there will be 4 limited time creations available from SpongeBob's Krabby Whopper and Patrick's Starberry Shortcake Pie to Mr. Krabs' Cheesy Bacon topped in a Pirate's Frozen Pineapple Float. I feel like the era of SpongeBob wasn't my age group. That was more like my brother that watched it all the time. I was still, you know, Sesame Street and Barney and all that stuff, but I can't believe SpongeBob is still around now. Still.
Yeah, I mean, I think that meal is up against the Grinch meal that the McDonald's had.
You were interested in that Grinch meal or something. You heard about it or you saw?
Yeah, the Grinch meal's at McDonald's and they have the SpongeBob meal at Burger King, but they also have the new SpongeBob movie coming out, so that's the main reason. But it's kind of still up against the new meal at maybe that's what McDonald's did. They're like, well, if they're going to do the SpongeBob, then we'll do the Grinch.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, big news in the shopping world. Walmart is now launching drone delivery at select stores nationwide. Whether you're grabbing groceries, last-minute gifts, or even over-the-counter meds, these drones will deliver it to your door faster than ever. Talk about next-level convenience. No more waiting days for your essentials. Just order and watch as a drone drops it off in no time. Looks like the future of shopping just landed.
It's pretty interesting.
It is, huh? Time now, 7:23. Taking a live look outside. Jeff will be back with that forecast.
Tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple. To do your part, in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards, every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Let's stop forecast for today. A little bit of scattered rain possible out there throughout the day. Temperatures holding in the 50s throughout the afternoon. So heading out to the bus stop, you'll need maybe a little bit of an umbrella and a jacket for sure. Coastal marine forecast for today. You can see the winds right now to the northeast at 15 to 20 miles an hour at Texas Point. So use a little bit of caution if you're trying to take out a small craft. Probably not the day for that though. Pretty choppy on the inland lakes and bays. High tide coming up here at about 4 o'clock for this afternoon. Southeasterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas from 3 to 4 feet today.
Coming up on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, Beaumont's feeling a little more merry. We'll show you the best moments from last night's tree lighting and what the mayor says it means for the community. Plus, can a parent really take their kids to another country without the other parent's consent? 12 News anchor Claudia Rose speaks with Judge Randy Shelton to find out. And as holiday celebrations ramp up, so do the risks. 12 News reporter Derek Jones explains why TxDOT is rolling out a new holiday anti-drunk driving campaign to help prevent another tragedy. And your time right now, 7:27. Looking at the skies of Jasper. We'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. The time now 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. The Drug Enforcement Administration is launching a new nationwide push to fight fentanyl. It's called Fentanyl Free America. The goal is to cut both the supply and the demand for the synthetic opioid. The agency says the new initiative focuses on enforcement, education, and public awareness. Agents say they're now seeing signs of progress.
In October, when we kicked off this initiative, we conducted a large operation here in the Houston area that covered Beaumont as well as Orange County, and we seized enough fentanyl powder to kill probably the size of Beaumont twice.
As of December 1st, the DEA has seized more than 45 million fentanyl pills and over 9,000 pounds of powder nationwide. Well, Wednesday was an exciting day for West Orange Cove CISD. The district held a groundbreaking ceremony for a brand new early childhood center. The facility is part of the district's $72 million bond passed in 2024. They say they will replace and upgrade the North Early Learning Center campus, originally built in 1964. Chris's will now provide in-house pediatric care across Southeast Texas. The hospital says newborns and admitted children at St. Elizabeth can get immediate evaluations and consistent care 7 days a week. Chris's says the coverage comes from a team of 1 pediatrician and 2 nurse practitioners. 7:31 right now. Time to hype things up a bit. Taking a look at Orange from our Roofing 911 Skycam network, Jay Breezy. He's got the forecast.
And we're looking at the rain moving out of the area, at least the heavier rains. We do see maybe a little bit of light rain throughout the day. It's going to be it's kind of hit and miss kind of stuff across the area, a little scattered rain here and there. As we look at radar right now, though, you can definitely see the heavier rains are well off towards our east, some out into the Gulf there, but nothing overhead. And then as we look at our temperatures, it's chilly. Temperatures in the lower 50s here around the triangle, and we have middle to upper 40s up in the lakes area. Our day planner shows temperatures pretty much stuck in the 50s throughout the day with a cloud cover out there and a few of those light showers working through the area, anywhere from a say 20 to 40% coverage of some rain out there for today with northeasterly winds at 5 to 10. Tomorrow, still a little bit of rain left over before we start to dry it out for the weekend and into early next week. We'll have a complete 7-day forecast coming up in weather in just a little bit.
Custody battles can get complicated, especially when one parent wants to move abroad with the children. 12 News anchor Clayja Rhodes spoke with Judge Brandy Shelton to find out, can a parent really take their kids to another country without the other parent's consent?
It's time to turn our attention to legal matters. It's part of our commitment to putting Southeast Texas first. Let's ask the judge and get answers to some of your questions. We're joined by Judge Brandy Shelton from the 279th District Court in Jefferson County. Judge, it's great to see you. It's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to see you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Now to our first question. David asks, we have joint custody, but after a rocky patch, my daughter's mother is threatening to move to Mexico and change her name. Is there legal action I can take to make sure she stays or leaves my daughter?
Well, I'm going to assume that since joint custody was mentioned, that there is a court order, and a child custody court order should set out the geographical restrictions on where the child can actually reside. Usually that restriction is in the county where the case was decided and the counties immediately surrounding that county. It is rare, though, to find one that does not have any of those restrictions. So if a parent tries to change the child's county of residence in violation of the court order, that parent can be held in contempt of court, or the court could order that the child live with the other parent. If there isn't a geographical restriction, a parent trying to move and a parent tries to move, then you would need to file some sort of motion to impose that restriction to prevent the move. But a judge would have to decide on that. Also, about the name change, only a judge can change the name after a hearing from both parents, or the parents would have to agree to that. So one parent cannot just change a name.
Thank you. So the court order cannot be violated, especially when there's a geographical boundary there. All right, thank you, Judge. Now to a couple renters' rights questions. Now this one is from an anonymous viewer. It says, my apartment smells like cigarette smoke constantly. It's coming through the vents. The lease clearly says no smoking, but when I go to the landlords, they say that all they can do is ask people not to smoke. I have asthmatic children. Can I do anything?
Well, the landlord could be in violation of that lease, and that may justify you in actually breaking the lease because you leased an apartment in that complex with that understanding. And depending on the terms of the lease, you might be able to get compensation for the cost of moving out because of the landlord's violation of that lease. A lease is just like any other contract, so you probably should consult an attorney.
Thank you, Judge. And now to our last question. This one is from Sabrina. She asks, there was a crack in my upstairs shower, so water leaked through the floor into the roof of my first floor and caused a bunch of water damage. I reported it, but all maintenance did was paint over the damage. The crack in the sink is still there. Will I be held liable for any new damage? I still need to shower.
Yeah, same thing. Just check the lease and just be sure that there's no provision that that requires a tenant to, be responsible for any type of repairs. I would document everything that has happened and take photographs, email the manager or the landlord, and just say that you're still concerned about the condition of the bathroom and that you don't want to be held responsible in case there's an additional damage in the future. So it's always good just to document, take photographs, just in case something is brought up later.
Yeah, Judge, it sounds like all of these cases that we see with renters' rights, documentation is key.
It is. Sending, sending letters by certified mail or by email, just having some sort of proof that you actually sent the notice or the letter. That's important.
All right, thank you for joining us again, Judge Shelton. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions for our Ask the Judge segment, just head to 12newsnow.com/askthejudge and fill out the form.
Lots of great tips there. Your time now 7:37. While the holidays are a time for celebration, for some they've become a time for tragedy. That's why TxDOT is launching its holiday anti-drunk driving campaign. And 12 News reporter Derek Jones is in studio with more on this. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Tia. During the 2022-2023 holiday period, there were 108 people killed and 229 seriously injured in DUI alcohol-related crashes. The 2024 holiday season saw more than 2,000 drunk driving-related crashes. These crashes resulted in 96 deaths and 201 serious injuries. One of those deaths was 18-year-old Destiny Oliver, who was killed in a head-on crash while driving home from school. TxDOT Traffic Safety Program Manager Ruby Martinez says this is important to plan out your drive home if you are drinking.
Designate a driver who won't be drinking any amount of alcohol. Call a sober friend or family member to give you a ride. Use a rideshare or taxi service. Use public transit. Stay put until you can safely get behind the wheel.
Driving while impaired can result in jail time, the loss of your driver's license, and fines and fees up to $17,000. Again, TxDOT is urging Texans to plan their ride, use public transit, or stay put until you are sober. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. Now, the Beaumont community braved the cold weather to watch the annual tree lighting ceremony last night. This is the city's 8th annual tree lighting event. Hundreds of families came out to enjoy live music, food, and screenings of holiday classics. There was even snow, of course, not real snow though. 12 News spoke with Mayor Roy West. He says events like these are important to build a closer community.
We have a very diverse community and people come together for these events. And when you look around, you get to see all these kids and all these families gathering, and it's such a beautiful venue at the event center here.
The festivities ended with a drone show. And it's time to show love to those in need. 12 News is working with the Southeast Texas Food Bank to help feed families for our 31st annual Share Your Christmas campaign. So far, we raised almost $18,000 during our Share Your Christmas campaign. You can donate at your local market basket or donate cash on our 12 News Now website. All you have to do is text SHARE to 409-838-1212. Still ahead, Golden Triangle Grove. Hear about the new restaurant coming to Beaumont and the idea behind it all. Plus an update on the Summer I Turned Pretty movie, why fans will have to wait a little longer.
want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
Welcome back. A lot of cloud cover left over after we had some heavy rain overnight, and we'll continue to see this cloud cover throughout the day and maybe even still a few sprinkles, a few light showers here and there. Rain coverage is about 30, maybe 40% for today. This camera from our 12 News studio, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. We look down on I-10, which looks like it's going around there pretty smoothly. This camera brought to you by Miami County Plumbing. Temperature-wise, we're looking at chilly temperatures, a lot of 40s, especially from Silsbee northward. Silsbee's at 49, Woodville's at 47, 46 right now in Jasper, 48 Kirbyville. Orange at 51, right at 50 in Beaumont, and 52 in Port Arthur. As we check the weather map for this morning, you have an area low pressure along the coast. That's cranking in some moisture. A lot of heavy rain now through parts of Mississippi over towards Alabama. And that continues to move east. We had that same stuff overnight. And now we have another area low pressure back behind it. And these two together are going to keep a little bit of light rain across the area today. Some spotty showers. Like I said, not a widespread coverage and nothing too heavy, but just to keep it cloudy and a little bit, like I said, damp for today. As you look at radar right now, you can definitely see the radar is pretty quiet. The heavy stuff is off towards our south and east and continues to move east. Lake Charles is cleared out, so if you're trying to go from Beaumont over to Lake Charles, you'll be all right. Might run into a little mist or drizzle or something like that, but you're not going to be running into that heavy rain. That's farther off towards the east. Matter of fact, if you're traveling I-10, you won't hit that until you probably get past Lafayette, so good news there. Our future cache showing a few spotty showers throughout the day. It doesn't show a lot of rain for today. A couple of downpours maybe here and there. Temperatures climbing to the lower to middle 50s today and then back into the 40s this evening. And then overnight we'll drop off into the lower 40s. It does show some rain, especially along the coast for tomorrow morning. So we'll go about 40% coverage of more rain as we head towards Friday. It should be fairly light stuff, nothing too heavy there. So the weather impact alert is still in place for today and going into tomorrow with a little bit of scattered rain. Rain coverages maybe, or rain totals maybe 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. No severe weather, of course. And there will be a few wet roads out there, so be careful on those as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. So cloudy skies today, that 30-40% coverage of a little bit of light rain and spotty showers. Temperatures going to be in the 50s for today, won't move much as far as temperatures. And then we back off into the lower 40s tonight with cloudy skies, and could see a few showers developing towards daybreak tomorrow morning. Our 7-day forecast shows today and tomorrow under that weather impact alert, and then Saturday that 20%. Mainly in the morning and mainly along the coast. Otherwise, by the afternoon, a little bit of sunshine. We get up to 60, 70 on Sunday. Sunday looks like one of the best days here over the next 7. And then we'll see a little bit of a cool down. Monday, we drop to 58 after a morning in the 30s. Tuesday, 63 after another morning in the 30s. And then on Wednesday, lows in the 40s with a high near 70.
This what we've been waiting on, I guess. You know, an active forecast, not so hot. We needed rain.
Yeah, we're getting it all right now, and it's feeling more like fall going in, getting ready to go into winter. And a lot of people like this type of weather through the holidays. And then once January hits, it's like
it's a wrap.
Yeah, I need the warm weather back. But unfortunately, we stay fairly cool through February here, so we'll have to wait and see how the rest of the winter goes.
And today wasn't so bad as far as temperature-wise. It was just, you know, raining and stuff when we left for work, but it wasn't too cold.
No, yesterday morning we were in the 30s. So.
Yeah, now yesterday was but Monday. It was cold and raining in the evening.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah, we were stuck in the 40s with that rain off and on. Yeah, that was a miserable day.
What's worse to you? Because you know you're from the Midwest, but I live in the Midwest. What's worse, cold and snow or cold and raining?
I don't know. If it's going to be cold, I'd rather it just snow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the roads are bad regardless, though.
Yeah,
but
that's right. So I do like the snow every once in a while.
Well, some.
Not all winter long.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
You bet.
Golden Triangle Growth, a new restaurant concept is coming to a familiar location. The Beaumont Food District is in the works at the Old Tokyo on Dowling. Broke Boys is moving from a food truck to a brick and mortar, and he's bringing a few friends with him. 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett visited the location Wednesday to learn more.
I'm at the Old Tokyo Japanese Steakhouse and Sushi Bar on Dowling. It's been closed since October, but not quiet.
For 4 years, the Broke Boys food truck has set up shop across Southeast Texas. Now, owner Paul Wynn says he's preparing to give back to the community with a brick-and-mortar restaurant called Beaumont Food District.
The old owner of Tokyo said, hey, you know, like, I got a place for you that you can make your vision come true, you know? It was a vision, and then the opportunity kind of came together.
It will be at the Old Tokyo on Dowling, which closed in October. He says the restaurant will be the first of its kind in the Southeast Texas area because of their menu.
People will come in with their families and, you know, can get it all in one place.
They'll serve the classic Broke Boys menu featuring wings and burgers and even more.
I want to build something big that brings all the food vendors together.
Outside vendors will have a dedicated space to sell their food under his roof.
This area will be for the vendors, so each vendors will have their own area for them to prep and to store their food, to serve their food as well.
He revealed to 12 News a few vendors that have already shared interest in participating.
That I can review is going to be Manny's Catering, which is a Tex-Mex. And then we have Divine Flavor, which is a Louisiana Cajun fried seafood.
While there's still work left to do, Paul is hoping for one thing.
I hope they come in hungry and leave happy.
Nguyen says he's planning to have the restaurant open to the public by the end of the year. In Beaumont, Cameron Burchett, 12 News.
All right, time for trending. Fans of The Summer I Turned Pretty, you may want to take a deep breath. Creator Jenny Han just gave an update on the upcoming movie, and no, it's not dropping this Christmas. Han says she just finished writing the script, but they haven't filmed a single scene yet. She reminded fans that season 3 wrapped post-production only a month before it premiered, so there was no time to shoot a full movie. As for what's next for Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah, Han is teasing a big milestone in Belly's life, but that's as much as she's revealing. Even the cast says they have no clue what's in the script, so for now you'll just have to wait a little longer. Willie Nelson, he's proving once again that even at 92 years old, he's still got jokes. After yet another round of fake internet rumors claiming he died, Willie himself is setting the record straight. The Texas legend fired back on Instagram, posting photos of himself lounging in a robe with the caption, "If you believe those AI death stories one more time." And really, he's heard these rumors for years, long before AI. He even released a song in 2017 called "Still Not Dead." He's almost blending in with the couch, though, kinda. Willie's proving he's got life. He performed in Houston last month and just scored 2 Grammy nominations, even going up against his own sons. At 92, he says he's not worried about dying. 2 Midwest men are proving that sometimes the internet can be a force for good. 88-year-old Ed Bambus from Michigan lost his General Motors pension years ago and has been working to pay off medical bills after his wife died. An Australian social media influencer, Samuel Weidenhofer, saw a story, flew out to meet him, and started a fundraiser, raising more than $1 million in less than 2 days.
The thing that hurt me the most was my wife was real sick, and when they took the pension, they also took the health care coverage and all but $10,000 of my life insurance.
Weidenhofer says no 88-year-old in America should work because they need to, and that breaks my heart. We could all use a little holiday spirit, right? Well, look at this. One Alabama elementary school is using a real-life elf on the shelf to boost school attendance. Students are loving it. The elf, known as the assistant principal, John Russell, pops up around campus each morning, bringing laughs and Christmas cheer. The fun isn't just for show. The school started the tradition after seeing attendance drop last year around this time. And so far, it's working. Got to get Jeff on the roof of 12 News. People stop by and say hi. All right, when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush hour.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers, to the people working day after day keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak. The time now 7:54, and it's time for your morning rush out. Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. The Drug Enforcement Administration is launching a new nationwide push to fight fentanyl. It's called Fentanyl Free America. The goal is to cut both the supply and the demand for the synthetic opioid. The agency says the new initiative focuses on enforcement, education, and public awareness. Agents say they're now seeing signs of progress. As of December 1st, the DEA has seized more than 45 million fentanyl pills and over 9,000 pounds of powder nationwide. Wednesday was an exciting day for West Orange Cove CISD. The district held a groundbreaking ceremony for a brand new early childhood center. The facility is part of the district's $72 million bond pass in 2024. They will replace and upgrade the North Early Learning Center campus, originally built in 1964. Christie's will now provide in-house pediatric care across Southeast Texas. The hospital says newborns and admitted children at St. Elizabeth can get immediate evaluations and consistent care 7 days a week. Christie's says the coverage comes from a team of 1 pediatrician and 2 nurse practitioners.
Weather impact alert for today and tomorrow. We won't see too much in the way of heavy rain, but we'll see some spotty showers here and there, most of it fairly light. Might even see a little bit of drizzle here and there. Cloudy skies today and through most of tomorrow. And then Saturday, that chance of rain is going to be generally early in the morning along the coast. Most of the weekend should be dry. Warmer on Saturday at 60, 70 on Sunday. With our next front coming through, won't see any rain with it, but we'll definitely see some cooler temperatures Monday, Tuesday, and then back up to around 70 on Wednesday.
Here's a reason to smile. The Blue Santa event for the Jasper County Sheriff's Office raised more than $16,000, all dedicated to providing Christmas gifts for children in need. Wednesday's golf tournament drew strong support from Southeast Texas, with major contributions from Dr. Ray Callis, Jared Bishop, and Texas Equipment. The Sheriff's Office says every dollar will stay in Jasper County, helping families who need it the most this Christmas. I wonder how far that will stretch.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be able to make it stretch quite a long way.
Yeah, great work there. Thanks for watching us.
Have a great day, everybody.